All right, I will kick it off. Hello, everyone. Welcome. We're super excited to be here talking with you all today. And thank you for joining our webinar. We're going to uncover some really interesting truths about something that has been in place for a really long time. Hear perspectives from a lot of different angles, and hopefully have a really great discussion at the end of it. So today we're speaking about how sports bras affect the performance of athletes. And my name is Hillary Littleton, and I run marketing at FitMatch. So we put on this study with 15 college athletes, and we are really excited to share those insights. But before we do that, I wanted to say that I am joined by some incredibly impressive panelists today, and I'm going to just do some quick introductions. So first is Abby Whitstad. She is a former Under Armour sports bra developer. She has worked in the activewear industry for almost a decade, with her primary focus on building the best fitting sports bra for women of all different shapes, sizes, sports type, and lifestyle. Next is Chelsea Hayes. Chelsea is a former professional track and field athlete and a 2012 USA Olympian from New Orleans, Louisiana. Taylor Dobles is a senior soccer player at LSU that actually participated in our study. She was a 2021 Louisiana Freshman of the Year and is currently playing in the second round of the NCAA tournament. And last but not least, Deanne Kohler is a senior associate athletic trainer for volleyball at the University of Texas. She has worked in collegiate athletics at several universities for over 30 years with various sports. So with that said, we are gonna kick it off. So first and foremost, we just kind of wanted to level the playing field here. What's happening today? And you know, really who can speak to all of this? So we uncovered a lot of this in the study, where we learned that brands are sponsoring universities and schools and also teams. Then each season, the schools and teams order one sports bra style from the brand, most likely one, from the brand for all athletes. These athletes must order that size that they think they are. And what we learned is there's a lot of guesswork that goes into it, as bodies change, as you know, these athletes come on teams that they've never tried the sports bra before. There's a lot of guessing in what they should order. And at the end of the day, they're left with a lot of questions. So from that, I wanted to ask Taylor, you know, who is a current college athlete, can you briefly explain the process of choosing your sports bra within your sport?
Yeah, like Hillary said, here at LSU, our director of ops gives us the form in May and asks us to fill out our size for a Nike sports bra, and it's between small, medium, or large. You don't try these on, you just write down a letter, and then we're given this size in August, and we're expected to wear this throughout the fall and the spring. And that's what we have to put up with, and that's what we're given. We get 2 sports bras for a full year, and that's where we go from.
Super interesting. And Deanne, I wanted to punt it to you. In your experience, how are sports bras ordered for the athletes on the college level and on the team level? Who orders them, and really what is considered when ordering?
Yeah, as both of you have said, that there's not much thought process that goes into it. The company that or brand that you're sponsored by, they're going to provide the information to usually the director of ops, or it could also be the equipment managers. And they're going to go, okay, we have this bra or this bra. And they're going to order them a year in advance. And then they're going to we just order a slew of them. Then the student athlete just says, okay, this is the size that I want. And that's kind of how it happens. There's really no thought process that goes into it at all.
So interesting. And Deanne, what do you think are the biggest areas of improvement for this process?
But I think that, just one is education. One, talking to a lot of times the female athlete themselves will say, well, I really don't have a choice in this. This is what I've always had. But an educational process where you can kind of like see that being properly fit for your sport, for your size, your body type, the difference that it can make on your body, as far as, recovery and preventing any kind of like injury that may happen. And then also getting the feedback back to, whether it be, for us, it's Nike, getting that feedback back to who we have to buy our bras from. So if we had something that properly like made it easy, like they just could be easily fit and their size was sent, it would be great.
Definitely. Well, that's why we're here. Before we go any further, I did just want to plug that we have a Q&A button here on the Zoom webinar. If you guys have any questions throughout the webinar, there's going to be a lot of really interesting discussions. So if there's anything that comes to mind throughout, we're going to leave time at the end for Q&A. So feel free to just drop a question in there. All right, so moving on. Before we get into the study, I wanted to just give a very quick overview of what FitMatch is. We have like a lot of different attendees on here, from schools and teams to brands and designers, and really all over the industry. So I did want to give a quick intro. So what FitMatch does is we are a digital twin platform that matches a shopper to the best fitting garments. It's based on their exact body shape. We actually don't use measurements at all. That's our biggest differentiator in market. And we actually target the hardest to fit categories like sports bras, where there is a highest barrier to purchase. And that's really what we uncovered in this study, is there's a lot of guesswork. And we do that by using patented algorithms that pull from a vast database of real body scans to match that incoming customer, that incoming athlete, to someone who has already tried on the product that has the most similar body shape to them. So a little bit about what we do right now. We have an award-winning technology solution that's in market in 5 Savage x Fenty retail stores located in Las Vegas, LA, Houston, Philly, and DC, with more launching this winter. So right now, in-store shoppers can get scanned by an associate to find their best fitting bra across styles. And we know that, a lot of different bras and sports bras are all made differently. So it's very common that a customer gets different recommendations across different styles. And so for future state, we're launching some super exciting things at FitMatch. One being self mode. This is the #1 request, and we're really excited to be launching it in early next year. So this will be the same mobile version of the technology, but just available at home for you to scan yourself. And then the 3D Fit Concierge, we're rolling that out with Savage, as well as other retailers, where a customer will walk in to a fitting room and they will get scanned by LiDAR sensors and operate the entire experience alone, but also have the ability to have an associate service them and deliver those products to their fitting room door. So an overview of the study. So in this case study, we really wanted to get a diverse perspective of sports bras. So we targeted 15 female college athletes of 12 different sports. And they participated in both video interviews with us and also actually wear tested one brand partners bras, Fabletics, where they were matched with using our FitMatch demo app in friend mode. So really what we wanted to uncover here and accomplish here is to understand the pain points of sports bras. What's going on with fit, sizing, and shopping? How can these sports bras affect different athletes' performance across sports and across different body shapes? And prove that there is a market gap to really service this demographic. We know there's a need, but where can we really help? And where can we help more effectively? And then lastly, just educate and empower the athletes, the teams, and the brands about the results that can be brought about from FitMatch.
I remember one day
So before I start this video, I wanted to explain a little bit about phase 1. So phase one, we really got these athletes to start talking about something that they normally just block out. And so we asked them point blank, how have sports bras in the past affected your performance? So I'm going to play a little clip here, a little compilation of the athletes answering this, which prompted a lot of interesting responses. So
I remember one day I even left, like, just practicing on my own because I was so uncomfortable. You know, if I'm not wearing the right bra, like, it just hurts jumping around. If I'm not gonna be able to, like, go, like, 100%, you know, when I'm running, I don't think, like, if I were to raise my up, it would, like, slip. Hate running when I, like, don't feel like I'm supported. Like, jumping exercise, I wouldn't like 100% because I don't want my chest to fall out. To wear a tracking bra under, not that comfortable, but I kind of got used to it. Into my like armpit, it wouldn't stay like secure or just keep them like shifting out of place. Tense all up in like shoulders. God gave me the size of the band is so tight. I've never tried like a high impact sports bra and like I play high impact sports.
Yep. So with that, I wanted to ask Chelsea, for example, in your sports bra wearing experience in your collegiate and professional career, what have been the biggest pain points for you? Do you resonate with any of these?
Yeah, most of my pain was like on my shoulders, like at the top part, like where the straps lie. On the side, like with one of the guests said, not really fitting, and it caused you to probably get like a smaller size and you're thinking, oh yeah, maybe this will work, but it actually makes it worse. So, and then like at the bottom, like under the breast because of the band being tight too.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
We asked 15.
Okay, before I start the next video, I actually wanted to talk this through with Abby here, who is a sports bra expert. So we actually learned that 67% of the participants in the study never get rid of their sports bras. And some get them from their schools, some don't, some buy them on their own. But regardless of like how they're getting them, most of them are not getting rid of them. And 87%, which is like the vast majority, say they keep them for at least 2 years. So I'm going to play this video and then I have an interesting question to ask Abby.
We asked 15 college athletes, how long do you keep your sports bras for?
For like a while, a couple years, even then. So I really never get rid of them. Probably a couple years or so. I'm bad at buying. I've had these for a while. Literally, like just when I outgrow them. To be honest.
Pretty interesting, huh? Thought-provoking for sure. We got a lot of great answers. So Abby, with 67% of these athletes in this study saying that they never get rid of their sports bras, in your experience, how long should someone hang on to their sports bra for?
Yeah, that's a great question for sure. There's definitely not like a set time that one person should be keeping their sports bra for, but I will say that it has to really have to do with how often you're wearing the sports bra. So if you're wearing it every single day, wearing, that sports bra is eventually going to lose its shape. It's going to lose its support. So what you really want to remember when you're thinking about how long you're keeping your sports bra for is the reason why you're wearing a sports bra. It's for support. So if your bra is no longer supporting you the way that it was when you first bought it, you really shouldn't hold on to it. And an easy way to kind of like know if your sports bra is no longer supporting you the way that it used to is the 2-finger trick. So you should use this when you're shopping for your sports bras, but then you should also be using this trick just throughout the lifespan of your sports bra. So that's going to be taking just your 2 first fingers and putting them underneath both your bottom band elastic and your strap elastic. If the straps are too tight and you can't get your fingers underneath, that's not the right sports bra for you. But if you're able to really pull your straps away, pull your bands away, that means your elastic has lost its support, it's lost its longevity, its ability to snap back, and you want to get rid of that bra. You really want to make sure you're only holding on to these sports bras for as long as they're actually doing their function for. So really just paying attention to if it's still holding on to the support that it should be providing to you.
Definitely. So more interesting data that we uncovered in these phase 1 intro questionnaires with the athletes. We really discovered that there's just a lot the industry can improve on. 87% said they don't even have a choice in the sports bra they wear. So it goes kind of back to what we were talking to Deanne and Taylor about earlier, is that they're not these schools are really only getting 1 or 2 choices, and then these athletes are really just kind of forced to wear one that they have to wear. And 80% have not actually even been regularly fit for a bra in the last 4 years, even though their bodies have definitely changed. So that's a problem. And then 100% of them said they have never even been fitted for a sports bra at all. So I think that what Abby's talking about is probably super enlightening, because there's just not those processes in place right now. And then 50% of them said that they could see room for improvement in the bra that they're wearing. So with that, I wanted to ask Taylor, from this phase of the survey, what was like the most eye-opening realization that you had about your current sports bra circumstances?
Yeah, so answering the questionnaire, it was definitely answering questions that I have never truly thought about regarding my sports bra. LSU provides us one, and that's just something I've kind of dealt with, and I never thought like, oh, do I actually like this? Does this actually feel comfortable on me? And then like I had to like take a step back and realize I'm not comfortable in the sports bra that I play in. And like, for example, our strength and conditioning coach here, she makes us wear heart rate monitors on a strap like right under the sports bra band. And I realized this additional layer was just extra compression right on my chest, and it was just pretty much tight in that area. And it's just, I feel that's an area that could be adjusted, fixed and whatnot, because I feel myself constantly while I'm playing having to adjust my sports bra just so I'm able to like run comfortably, jump, whatever. Let's say I'm like chesting the ball. So it's something I definitely took a step back and realized I'm really not comfortable in the sports bra that LSU provides.
And Deanne, on what you're seeing with maybe athletes that aren't in the right sports bra size because of all these reasons, like, are there any side effects or impacts that you're seeing athletes complain about?
Yeah, I mean, they can, especially if it's not fit properly, a lot of times they'll have back pain. If they have too much compression or pulling down, as some of you have said, on the upper traps, you can get like nerve entrapment, which could cause neck and shoulder pain. They also, a lot of times, depending upon the sport and the rubbing that goes on, they can get like different types of like abrasions and chafing. And so it becomes really uncomfortable for them. So again, just like not having the right fit. And then the other big part of that is just, again, as we talked about, like just not even really having the knowledge of thinking that maybe my bra is what's causing my back pain or my shoulder pain or my neck pain, and taking a greater look at that going forward.
Yep, exactly. So phase 2 encompassed the athletes getting a demo app from FitMatch where they actually did the scan at home with another person. So as I explained earlier, they tested it out in friend mode. So that required one other person to complete the scan with them. So as you could see here, this is a little tutorial of what the athletes watched on how to get the best experience. We like to provide a lot of insight into really how to nail it. But I wanted to ask Chelsea and Taylor, how was your scanning experience?
It was really, really simple, really, really easy, and super, super quick. It really doesn't take that much time at all. And the results were amazing. I'm like, oh my gosh, like it was pretty accurate. So it was simple and easy to use.
Awesome. Taylor, what about you?
Yeah, going off of that, super easy. It didn't take long at all. My roommate's the one that held the phone and recorded for me. And she said if she was going off track, that like there would be a red line that would pop up right away that would show like, oh, like move up, move down, whatever. So it was super easy to use and got a good result from it and got the right sizes.
Very cool. And Chelsea, would you use this tool for shopping in other categories?
Definitely, because of my build, you know, I'm on the slender side, athletic build. So a lot of things doesn't fit, like dresses, pants, shorts. So just having this option available will make the process a lot easier because I'm stuck with a lot of clothes that I cannot fit.
Exactly. It's a universal problem, absolutely.
Yes.
What about you, Taylor?
Yeah, I'm also the type I'd much rather shop online. So if I could self-scan from home, I would definitely use it. I would say, like Chelsea said, definitely in the pants category, especially with jeans. If I could do something like that, I would love that. So I would definitely use it.
Great. Okay, then moving on to phase 3. This is the comparison experiment that we had the athletes do with Fabletics bras. So we sent them after they completed a scan and they got their bra matches, we sent them 2 bras, one high impact and one medium impact from Fabletics. And these were the exercises that they did in their sports bra. Obviously, we tested a diverse group of athletes, so there was a lot of different activities in play here. And these were also some of the bras that were, part of their status quo rotation, whether they got them sponsored from school or these are their preferred brands. And then moving on to the KPIs about what they value in a sports bra. This was really interesting. The number one by far was comfort, and a close second was kind of that security support factor. And I wanted to ask Abby, in your experience, there's this need for these things from the athlete side, but it feels like there's like a disconnect between the brands who, design these various types of sports bras, and the athletes obviously don't have a choice in saying, hey, I really need this sort of bra for my body shape. Like where, why might there be such a disconnect, do you think, between the brands who design these and the athletes who just aren't even giving a choice?
Yeah, from my experience, the way that the brands have provided to the student athletes, we have our entire collection that we would design for the season, might have like up to 30 bras that are available within the brand, but then only 1 or 2 get selected to get sent out to the schools. And those are usually the most like baseline streamlined bras that we carry. And I just think there's a disconnect between the communication of like all the different levels of impact, support, comfort that are actually available at the brand level, and then just not seeing communication coming from what the athletes need as well in terms of all the different levels of impacts they need. So there's definitely some more communication between the two parties, the brand and the athletes, being able to kind of say what they have versus what they also need, would really be a great way to kind of like get rid of this issue of the athletes not getting the proper bra, the proper support they need. So yeah, I think there could be like some education around what each side has and what they can offer to each other.
Yeah, definitely. And like on that note, what does that one bra that they're offered like really encompass, right? Like how is that chosen? Is it like the best selling one? Is it the best selling high impact one? Like really, how do we get from like 30 to like that one that is the dubbed one for UT or whatever school we're talking about?
Yep, it's usually the best selling mid-impact bra, because that's just going to be like the most like middle line. It kind of can support either like more sport levels. It's just the most basic bra. It also just kind of in terms of in production, being able to then provide that bra in all the different school colors. So it's really just kind of also a production efficiency selection. But yeah, I definitely, from all this experience of us talking about this, understanding that providing all different impact levels to the athletes would really kind of solve a lot of this issue that obviously we're talking about today.
Yeah. I mean, just that earlier video of them recalling all of those really painful points of wearing whatever sports bra, whether that's the one that's given to them or the one that they've tried. You know, they're thinking about those times where it really did impact their performance, and to really get away from that and make this something supportive and not a thought to them is really, you know, I think where the industry should strive. And then the athletes actually gave us a rating on how much more comfortable this new sports bra was compared to their old one. And so we got a great 4.4 out of 5 rating. These were also some really awesome stats that came from the comparison. So 87% of the athletes felt like they were matched with the right size sports bra. 80% preferred the new sports bra over their usual one, which was awesome to see, because that means that we are doing something right. And 93% confirmed that the new sports bra positively affected their performance, and 100% would wear the new sports bra again. So with all this said, I wanted to bring it back to Deanne and ask, what do you think with all of this data that we uncovered, what will make the industry kind of perk up about like the association between athletes, performance, pain and injuries, and sports bras?
Yeah, like I said, if like really getting more research out there and being able to substantiate that, like wearing the wrong sports bra can decrease performance and cause injuries. And with that information, and you can get that back to coaches, administrators, companies, then and again, the athlete themselves, then you're going to get everybody perking up, going, okay, what can we do to make this? So on a small scale, the study that you did, and just all the information, and just the athletes themselves, how surprised they were about what they were feeling, and really weren't aware. So I think that there's just a great need for awareness all the way around.
Exactly. Yeah, that's definitely what we set out to do. And then the last part of the study was getting back on the phone with the athletes one last time and understanding like really what they valued and what they thought of the entire fit match experience beyond just the comparison of the sports bra. So the overall was a 4.3 out of 5. 100% of them said that they would use this tool in their everyday shopping experience. Taylor and Chelsea shared other categories that are really meaningful to them, and these athletes did as well. Some great testimonials down here, just being really wowed by the opportunity to try something like this. They were really excited. So when it came to other categories that the athletes would use our tool for is regular bras, jeans, leggings and activewear, swimwear, shapewear, and dresses all came up. And I don't know if everyone else on the call resonates with that, but I sure do. All of these are extremely hard to shop for, especially online. So it'd be great to have this integrated. And then we also asked them where they'd like to see Fit Match next in market. And so these were some standout brands: Nike, Lululemon, Adidas, Levi's, Under Armour. All of these were really highly rated across these categories. And it was really cool to see the athletes really think up where they'd like to see us partner next. So I'd like to bring it back to all the panelists and ask you guys, where do you think the Fit Match technology can go next? How would you like to see it applied? We'll start with Abby.
Yes, I'm going to stick with the sports bra theme. I think it'd be awesome to kind of see Fit Match be able to really find some consistency with the different impact levels that are offered throughout brands. So the way a high impact might support at one brand versus another could be completely different. And I think that could be really confusing for the consumer to understand what a high impact truly is and how it should be supporting. So I could see Fit Match being able to really understand the support levels of different sports bras across different brands and just making sure there's consistency and standards so that the consumer then also understands what each impact level should be able to do when they're playing the sport.
Absolutely. Deanne, what about you?
I think what Abby said was amazing. And I do, again, it's that whole thing of, you buy a high impact from Nike and it's completely different from what you might see from Lulu, from Adidas. And so having that standard, but also I'd like to see it applied to compression gear. That we use a lot of compression gear for recovery and for performance. So I just having it fit correctly, because the other thing is that athletic bodies are so different. I work with volleyball, so we've got very tall, thin, legs, bigger waist or hips, or we have like, shorter volleyball players that have like really big thighs and a thin waist. So I think that technology could really assist in getting, the equipment and the technical gear to fit properly.
Yeah, for sure. Chelsea?
I would say just in women's sports in general, just having that option available for us will make a complete difference, especially on the collegiate level or the professional level. Just like all these brands, bras would be different, but just to have that available would make a big difference.
Definitely. And Taylor, what about you?
My biggest thing was truly just if it could be the technology could change to the self-scan. Honestly, I feel that was the only thing that I would alter in this, but I loved everyone else's responses. I feel it's definitely relevant, and it's something that me as a college athlete, I would definitely want to like take part in, and I feel it definitely be beneficial.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Well, we got a lot of that cooking, so more to come. So we did have one question that I wanted to ask from the audience. And then if there's any others, guys, please drop in the Q&A chat here. But this one came in for Abby. So Abby, how do brands design sports bras with certain things in mind? How do they really educate the consumer on what to shop for? How do I know, like, even online, what my body shape would really be suited for, or the impact level that I need? How do I know?
Yeah, great question. So each impact level is really specifically designed for its function. So the brand already knows the sport for the low impact, the mid impact, the high impact. And then we really look at the different components, the different size measurements, trims for each of those impact levels. So if a bra is specifically designed to be low impact, it's going to have thinner straps. The fit's going to be a little bit looser, a little bit more comfortable, versus a high impact is going to have stronger elastic, thicker elastic, probably a little bit more coverage, more support, probably some more structured padding. So these bras are really designed and built for those specific impact levels. So I can't stress enough to women that are shopping to actually really pay attention to those impact levels that are being listed online. So when you're shopping, you'll see on the brand's website the impact level they're suggesting it for. And I know the tendency is to be like, oh, this bra is really cute, I want to wear that one and I'm going to go running in it, but it was probably built for yoga. And so you're not going to get the support that you need. So my biggest point to kind of tell women is to pay attention to what the brand is kind of offering and saying what this bra is built for, because there really was a lot of back research, a lot of like time spent to build that bra for that specific function, that specific use. A lot of time was also spent in wear testing before the bras are even launched out to the market. So developing the bra to that specific impact level, and then it gets sent out to women to test before it even launches, so that there's an idea and understanding that it is providing support that is intended for its sport. We get all that feedback in, we look at the questions, the feedback from the consumers that we're trying and wear testing it, and make adjustments to make the bra even better for the consumer. And one of the other really cool things that we would also do my past life was to do biometric testing, where we would actually get the bra sent out to a lab to test the bras to see how much the bounce reduction on the breast tissue from that bra was actually happening in terms of support. So there's a ton of like back information, testing, everything that's happening to really build these bras to be designed specifically for that intended sport. So going online, looking at the website, making sure you're really educating yourself on the impact level to make sure you're getting the right bra for your intended use.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think hopefully we can kind of change the process that's in place, because we heard from a lot of athletes they may be wearing the wrong impact level, and that's definitely a problem. So I hope that all of this education really can help and hopefully revive a process that is really age old that I think needs a little bit of dusting off to make sure that these athletes feel supported and that this bra is positively affecting their performance. With that, I don't see any other questions. So I just wanted to thank everyone for joining. This was an insightful conversation. Thank you all, Deanne, Chelsea, Taylor, and Abby for joining. Everyone who tuned in, thank you for being a part of it. We will send out a recording after this call and share it with you all to reference for later. But thank you again, and please reach out if you have any questions about FitMatch. Thank you all.
Thanks, everyone.